Forged and fired.
Forged and fired. And you're the big winner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
My name is Jay Replogle. I'm a bladesmith in Sparta, Tennessee, and today I'm going to give you guys a little bladesmithing demo. We're going to be heating up steel in a coal forge, and we're going to shape this bar into a blade. And so first thing we're going to do is walk over here to the forge. A coal forge, it burns coal. And so the way you operate it is it has a fan that blows air from the bottom. As I increase the air, it increases the temperature. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of air. We're going to kind of let it warm up here, and then we'll go straight into forging this knife. Now, a coal forge can reach temperatures of about 3,000 degrees, which can totally melt steel to a liquid. And so you have to be very kind of cautious when you're working with one of the most ancient metalworking tools around. You know, you have fuel, you have an air source to superheat metal to a malleable state. I'm looking to heat this bar to around 2,000 degrees. And I'm going to come out to the anvil, and I'm going to forge the blade from that bar. And the reason that we do this is you essentially are shaping the steel to the shape of blade you want. This is a very sort of ancient, traditional way of making a knife because of conservation of material. Back then, obtaining iron and steel was a huge labor-intensive process, and so you didn't want to frivolously waste it. Today, we do frivolously waste it a lot because it's a lot easier to get and process. We have an industrial ways of getting it. And so, but then it was, you know, people cutting down trees and making charcoal and digging, you know, surface mining for ore, and, you know, small families and groups would do this. So what they were able to produce was very limited. So you didn't want to waste it. So we're about to temperature. So I'll cut off the air. And when I take the bar out, I'm going to come straight to the anvil, and I'm going to start forging a tip. Okay? So I'm going to come out, come over here to the anvil. I'm going to start hammering this. As it starts to cool down, the steel gets stiffer and harder and stiffer and harder until it reverts into, you know, steel. So I have to heat it up again and go again. We'll repeat this heating, hammering process over and over and over until we get the shape that we desire for our knife or blade. So this one has gone through the forging process, and now we're currently in the cleaning process where we grind it to make it shiny, smooth, able to accept the handle and a guard. And so this is the step directly after the forging stage. Now, that steel at this temperature essentially works like clay. Very hot and very stiff clay. But as I'm mashing this in, it's expanding, I'm having to flatten it back out. Here's the tip. Next, I'm going to forge the edge, which will be cutting part of the blade.
Like, what are those knives used for?
Like these?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are fighting knives. A traditional American style fighting knife, which is what a Bowie knife is. I fought all the bushes. Not really bushes in my yard. I had a limb fall one time. Had to teach it a lesson.
But you're prepared. You're prepared.
Yeah, I'm prepared. Peanut butter jelly, you know. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start here at the tip. Tip forging the tip down. Forging the edge onto my blade. Okay? Starting to curve and we're starting to get the shape of a knife. The edge is thinner than the back. We're going to repeat that step again. Essentially, these are the exact same steps that you would use to forge any blade, right? So if we were forging a sword, it would be the exact same, except we would just have to do it more times, you know. Instead of a small knife, we would have to do it, 3 or 4 feet worth. But essentially, it's the exact same process. So once I get my heat again, I'll scrub it. And I'll continue drawing that edge out until I get the blade as thin as I want. So you can see we're definitely starting to get the shape of a knife. We got the edge thin. Got the back thick, which is the way we want it. And so at this point, I'll probably go in and kind of straighten things up, fix a couple of little things. But this blade is essentially forged. We would cut this off here. We would draw out the tang, which this is the tang, which would go inside of the handle. And so we would prep this for cleaning and grinding and accepting a handle. Be my guard, please. So this is the guard. So this is also forged in more of a decorative blacksmithing kind of way. And so we'll drill and file a hole, and it will slide on here. And then we'll have different species of wood that we'll make for the handle. And so when it's complete, we'll have a completed knife with the handle and the guard and everything. So you can see us on Friday. We'll be cutting stuff. I've been saving water bottles for a month. We're gonna set them up outside. We're gonna cut through them and see how good they cut. So.
That's beautiful.
Not much yet.
Wow.
Protect my hand because it's getting sharp. Not always sharp.
Wow. So you have to have a sheath for it then, huh?
I will have to build a Yes.
Ooh.
That was the one. That was the one.
Man.
Awesome.
3.